Diamond League, so both of them to be able to have each other to take some time off the lower half.
That's inside. 2-2. And it's amazing how some of the players who come back from Japan, Danielle, have gotten back to it so quickly, realizing that their teams need them.
They need them badly, right? And getting the opportunity to play overseas in Japan and then continue that momentum over into this league is...
High chopper, tough play on a bounce. It's not in time from Cahalan as coming back. She's a really good defender, as is Falby in center field. And then you've got Otis, Grant, Cahalan, Sinicki, Stewart, and Davidson. And then Paige Sinicki, 8 months after being diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. She returned last night in what was an incredible moment. This could be 2 to second for 1, but the throw pulled Sinicki towards center field. So Kennedy will take the spot of Leach on the base paths. Now the Carolina Blaze, the leader of the offense for them has been Reese Atwood. She's had quite a first season in the AUSL, a candidate for AUSL Rookie of the Year. And last night she worked with Carlin Pickens in what was an incredible pitching duel. Pickens went the distance, throwing 6 innings. Kenzie Brown went the distance, throwing 7 innings.
Yeah, I think Reese Atwood behind the dish has just been obviously what she was able to do at Texas, but what I love so much is that she was the battery mate for Carlin Pickens yesterday. Both those young ladies making it to Oklahoma City and getting to play with the Carolina Blaze together, and then just the momentum offensively, that kind of fear factor that she has been able to bring into this league, I just think is huge, right? Like you look at the home runs, the ribbies, and on the flip side, her partner in crime, Carlin Pickens. I mean, the Blaze are where they are in part because of these 2 young ladies and how they've been able to perform in some big time moments. I mean, it's hard to 6 bombs.
It's also hard to come into the league when you've really had no break, as both of these players coming off the Women's College World Series, both had great college seasons, and now working together in what has been a great year in the AUSL for rookie players.
I always think the most interesting year is the year after a rookie plays, because they have this whole college season under their belt where they're grinding, weightlifting, conditioning, and getting all the reps, to then having to do all of that on their own and come in and ready to an AUSL season.
Did she check her swing? Yes, she did, according to Lyndon Baptiste. So ball 4, and now 2 on base for Carolina.
And this was close, I thought maybe, but I think that's a good hold. You see Mia Davidson right away pointing to first base umpire Baptiste to try to get the call for a pitcher.
Now, Carolina, an early opportunity for them. They were limited to just the 2 runs yesterday, and they are trying to avoid being swept for the first time all season. Been a little bit of a rough patch for Carolina, but Danielle, we were talking about this last night. This is the time that if you're one of these teams, you've got to turn it on.
Especially top 3 teams make it into that playoff where they're heading into College Station to go and crown a champion. You want to be able to be in that top 3, and you'll have 2 play 3, and number 1 gets that bye. And in my opinion, the way the Talons are, I mean, they kind of seem like a lock in the 1 spot.
And then in the 2 spot, you've obviously got Chicago, so that's big. And then right after that, it's between Portland and Carolina. Portland coming in with a 1.5-game lead for that 3rd and final playoff spot in the AUSL. 2 on with 1 out. And it's now 2-2 against Klingler. So we talk about the standings. This is how it looks right now. Talons with the 13 wins, though the Bandits on that 7-game winning streak, trying to make an effort to catch him, and then the Cascade and the Blaze right after that.
It's so important for both these two teams and momentum for the rest of the season. And clutch strikeout by Carly Hoover. That curveball spinning away, 70 miles an hour. Just tough to lay off for Bailey Klingler.
I mean, that was the biggest thing, Danielle, that stood out to me about the last game that Hoover pitched. She came out of the gate. She was throwing gas, and she was throwing inside and held the spark off balance the entire night.
But I think, too, in this league, listen, there can't be no fear going inside to a hitter. Like, as a pitcher, you know you're going to get a little bit of a bigger strike zone, but can I establish both sides of the plate well? Because at the end of the day, it's my plate, and I'm going to back you off if I want to, and that's what I kind of love, is that fear that a lot of these pitchers are trying to instill in these hitters.
And that was something that you never had a problem with when you were pitching.
I mean, what we talk about when the mics aren't on. Well, just kidding.
No, you have to pitch inside to be successful.
Yes.
Offering is high, and on appeal, Scott Mayer. Third base umpire says no swing by Valerie Cagle, who's provided a bit of a spark for the Carolina Blaze offense of late. Blaze, the top team hitting with runners in scoring position. They've got an early chance here in the top of the first inning. Chopper, and that is going to get into left field. Sacco Ferry comes up throwing to the plate. That hits off the runner in Kennedy. She's able to score. Up to second on the throw goes Cagle, and tonight it's the Blaze who get the first run.
Oh, this is a good job. This is a deja vu from the first hit in Aubrey Leach right over Megan Grant's glove. Finding ways with 2 outs to score runs. That's huge. It actually hits Dakota Kennedy, but both runners advance to scoring position as well. It's a good job by Cagle. She really has been swinging it well. She's put together some good at-bats, not necessarily making anything too crazy happen yesterday, but good barrel on it and hitting it hard, and that's why you're seeing her in the lineup.
She was hitting over 300 in her previous 5 games. Now a second and third. It's 1 ball and 1 strike against Alyssa Brito. Talented shortstop who's been tremendous up the middle for Carolina. Two balls and a strike. Cagle from, or Brito, I beg your pardon. Hails from California. Has also started to perform well. Last 5 games, 5 for 13 with a couple of RBIs. She'll take there, and it's 3-1. You've got first base open. And if you're Carly Hoover, a little bit disappointed. You've allowed the run. You've also thrown 25 pitches so far.
Especially on that turf too, it's cooking. The last time I looked up at the temp, it was 85.
Top spin lob out to left. Sacco Ferry, what a catch! A diving play. You'll be seeing replays of that all night. Just misses.
Yeah. Good pitch at that count. To me, it's just the competitive pitch. Had her thinking. Corbiotis. Electric in that leadoff spot.
Yeah, and there she shows it, going up the middle with a base hit. So she's been money hitting out of that leadoff spot. Seen her kind of start the Portland offense the last few days. And here's a look at the rest of that offense. Never fun to face the 2-hitter in this lineup, and Megan Grant tied for the league lead in home runs. Stewart goes over to first base today, and then saw that incredible catch by Sierra Sacco Ferry to end the top half of the first inning. That saved the Cascade a couple of runs.
Yeah, that was clutch, but I know that these fans are craving a Megan Grant bomb. Yesterday we saw her go up against the flamethrower and Carlin Pickens, who got her a couple times yesterday, but just carrying that over from UCLA and the records she was able to set.
This gets away from Atwood, and Otis is going to move up to second base. See how this one is scored. Casio, when she pitches, she's got a lot of movement.
A lot, and a whole bunch of different speeds, and that is the main thing that needs to give you confidence if you are out there in the circle. The more you do that.
It'll squibber out to second base. Laird makes the play, but it's a productive out. Now the tying run for Portland is on the doorstep. Now the Blaze defense, that's some good ones out there. Dakota Kennedy playing in left field. Clark and Leach. Gold and Brito. Laird playing Laird first, and then Reese Atwood behind the plate. Punched out to left. Chance here for Kennedy. Catch is made. Otis is coming. Throw home. Not in time. And so we're starting over. It's a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the first.
Well, this is how you do it. All the things. You get that base hit. You find a way to move that runner over. And then the sack fly is clutch for Kenleigh Cahalan. I love it since they've moved her up into that 3 spot. I think she's just been so good. You look at the rookies back to back to back, and Grant Cahalan and Sid Stewart. I'm here for it.
And when we see that run, the way that Portland gets it, that's kind of what they do. You get somebody on base, you find a way to move the runner over, and then a sacrifice fly to get the run in.
And always having to try to find ways to manufacture runs. At times, do we love the long ball? Yes. Do we see it in this league? For sure. But I think sometimes when it gets down to the nitty-gritty and when pitchers are throwing well, it's like, all right, we have to find different ways.
That is right at Onagold. Makes the catch, and the inning is over, but each side gets a run.
The Cascades' Paige Sinicki takes the field. She always has on her signature eye black. Her coach at Oregon, Sydney Romero, who also plays in the AUSL, did it during her whole time as a Duck. Got to do it last year during her pro debut. Now teammate Sis Bates has taken over those pre-game duties, including yesterday.
So I'm sure this game was kind of that dangling fruit of like, all right, let's go, keep going, grind through this, because this is the light at the end of the tunnel to continue to keep playing.
Daniel, I love what she said in how she was going to approach the diagnosis. She said, attack each moment with gratitude, heart, growth, and grit. Sounds like Paige Sinicki.
Yeah, and obviously bigger than the game. I'm assuming she has learned a lot about herself throughout this grind, her teammates. I mean, when you think stuff is hard as one of her teammates, it's not hard, right? And I think those kind of moments give you some perspective that the game really is just the game. And when you feel like a pro, sometimes it can feel, and I say this because I felt it, it can kind of feel like those life or death moments because this means so much. And man, she has been through it and has come out on the other side, and absolutely remarkable.
Ball one into Jenna Laird, and I've seen it twice now. Paige Sinicki doing it yesterday, and then a couple of years ago when I was broadcasting Baltimore Orioles games, Trey Mancini returned from colon cancer after his diagnosis, and I got chills both times.
Yeah.
I mean, she made that first put out last night when she came in for Sis, and everybody gave her a standing ovation. It was so cool. Laird runs up to bunt, and this is foul. So 1-2 against Jenna Laird. 0 for 3 in the game yesterday. And yesterday was the 100th career game in AUSL regular season history, as the league continues to hit milestones. Strike 3 called over the inside edge. So for Hoover, we said she'll pitch inside, and that's her second punch out.
Well, and this is clutch too, especially when that leadoff gets on. I absolutely love the bounce back, but I love painting corners even more on the inner half. Yet again, like you mentioned, just establishing the in at high 60s, touching 70, and when Carly Hoover throws it at 70, it feels and has that look of being harder than a 70-mile-an-hour fastball. It is just something that we'll call like a heavy ball, like the pop of the mitt. It's just different when you see it in person. It's just a little bit different.
I mean, it's one of my favorite sounds in baseball or softball, hearing the pop of the catcher's mitt. And last night for Carlin Pickens, you're obviously going to hear it from her, and from Hoover, it's going to be the same story.
Well, and you'll hear at times college coaches, when we're on these calls throughout a college season, they'll say, man, I remember Walton talking about Kenleigh Cahalan, and he said when we had recruited her originally, she went to Bama, transferred to Florida. He said the one thing he remembers about her when he recruited her was hearing her bat on a travel ball field when she made contact with the ball. And that was kind of that difference maker. So coaches are always watching, they're listening. It's back-to-back strikeouts, backward strikeouts to boot for Carly Hoover. You love to see it, and I love me that high strike.
Working both sides of the plate, well framed there by Davidson, and now it's back to the top of the card, and Aubrey Leach, who opened the game up with a single. Sets it down here, charging in Grant, gets the out at first base. So no problem after the leadoff walk. We're through 1.5, 1-1, Carolina and Portland.
It was so fun. It's so fun being back here in Portland, surrounded by our home crowd. I mean, just absolutely electric.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask. I mean, 13 games you guys were on the road, and now, you know, you're playing at home. But kind of what was that grind of 13 games like for you guys traveling all around?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it's no secret traveling is hard on the body. So, you know, kind of not letting that get the best of us. That was a little bit challenging at times, but it's so nice being back in one place a little bit more settled.
What would it feel like going up against Carlin Pickens? I mean, last night was kind of must-watch for all the AUSL fans.
Yeah, I mean, Carlin's an amazing pitcher. No secret. She throws the ball really hard. Gosh, I just feel really lucky to play alongside someone like that.
I want to talk about your changeup because, you know, yesterday to me has been the best that I've seen you throw this whole summer. Like, your change was on. You were just mint with your, you know, spots. But when did you really hone in on that pitch? At what age were you like, hey, this is something that I need to make sure that I had dialed? Were you younger? Were you a little bit older? Was it at Arizona State?
Yeah, oh my gosh. So I was a little bit late to the game. In travel ball, I kind of always threw it past people, so I didn't really need one. But yeah, it was at ASU whenever I was like, okay, people eat 70 for dinner. so yeah, that took me a little bit to kind of figure out a changeup. Started working on it my sophomore year, and then my redshirt year, whenever I had ankle surgery, came back, and that's whenever it just really developed for me.
Hit out to the right side. Laird is able to make the play, and there's one gone.
Looking at kind of the last couple weeks for you as a whole, I know you were asked this, things that you've like learned or kind of right away coming in. You said you loved Sam Landry, but has there been a couple things you've learned about yourself in this pro league over the last couple weeks?
Oh my gosh, yes. I think it's really easy to get lost in the things that you do naturally very well, especially whenever you're surrounded by the best of the best all the time. And what a privilege that is. But you know, realizing the things that you do intrinsically special, people can't take that away from you. So realizing, okay, I do this really well, I throw a changeup really well, I have a cutter that I throw very well with conviction. So, you know, staying true to myself and not kind of falling into, oh, I can't throw it here because, you know, the hitter's really good or whatever the thing may be.
You were talking about you throw a cutter. You have a softball with you. Can you kind of show us the grip and how did you come up with this pitch?
Yes, so it's actually kind of a really crazy story. So I was 10 years old, and my travel ball coach at the time was Toby Ring, and he played a little men's fast pitch. And he kind of taught me, because I was young, threw the ball hard, just didn't quite know where it was going. So this was kind of to learn some spin at a young age. But I hold it on the two seam and then spike my finger, so my pointer finger, I spike. I have a callus right here. I don't know if you can tell from so far away. But my last point of push is off of that index finger, and it kind of acts as a low rise, but it'll cut in towards lefties or in towards righties or away from righties. It's just my conviction pitch.
Yeah, I mean, that pitch to me has been so fun to watch. And hearing, I love talking to Savannah, who's our on-field reporter. She just loves to get into the nitty-gritty of it. We talked about it in yesterday's game. Has there been someone that you've kind of connected with, besides like a Sam Landry, over the last couple weeks that's been fun for you to spark a friendship?
Yeah, I think having Carly back has been awesome. You know, having her experience from Japan. I mean, Japan's a dream for me as well. So being able to learn her experiences over there. And then, of course, Kelly Maxwell. I mean, she's been my girl from day one. So, you know, this pitching staff is just absolutely awesome. I love working with these girls every single day. It's such a privilege.
Well, Kenzie, outstanding stuff last night with your another complete game, and we'll enjoy watching you the rest of the way. Should be fun.
Hey,
thank you so much.
Don't you forget how good you are.
Oh,
I know you talked about that on the post-game press conference. Sometimes I forget how good I am. Kenzie, do not forget that. You are so darn good.
Thank you so much. Go Cascade.
Here's a pop-up. Anna Gold is there to make the play. A 1-2-3 inning for Alicia Ocasio. Tied at 1 after 2.
Look on my daughter's face, it gave me the vibes of when you go to Disneyland and then they get to go and do the whole princess experience when they get the glitter and their hair all nice. Like, the line is through the roof. Like, you got to get here early to sign up, and these women are just getting after it. And what an incredible experience for these little kids to be able to come and just all the things. I loved it. She actually went back today and got it done again.
That is so cool. And there it is, the Sephora braid bar. I was thinking about going myself, Danielle, but I just don't think the world is maybe ready for that quite yet.
I know, I was thinking maybe cornrows for you, but it's just not. We got to grow it out a little bit longer.
Yeah, you know what? That's kind of the story of my life as an adult. Just let it grow out a little bit more. Yeah. And maybe one day it will. 1-2 against Dakota Kennedy. It's Kennedy, Atwood, and Klingler here in the third inning. Both teams scoring a run in the first. Little tapper, grabbed, foul. Throw goes into the outfield, but it's a foul ball. So Kennedy will have to come back. And with Brett Higgins, our home plate umpire, on the call. Yeah, the Sephora braid bar, one of the really cool things that they have here in the AUSL, and just so many great partnerships that are being built across the league. Kennedy hits it to the right side. Sinicki is there and gets the out. One away, and Atwood is coming up. Sunday at 4 Eastern, CBS Sports Network serves up some action in the sand. Don't miss AVP Beach Volleyball live from Los Angeles. It's going to get Reese Atwood up to the plate. She walked her first time up. Harley Hoover, a nice second inning of work in the circle, and then she was helped out mightily in that first inning on an incredible catch in left field by Sierra Sacco-Ferry, because if that catch is not made, that diving play, then it is probably a 3-1 ball game right now.
For sure. I mean, that catch was incredible, and just the momentum sometimes that those things give you. Listen, this is why I play outfield. Infield hurts you, outfield kills you, and you're waiting around, and then it's time for you to step up and make this big play. And they just got Sierra Sacco back, Ferry, excuse me, a couple days ago, and man, it just goes to show how much they've missed her, not only for what she does when she steps in the batter's box, but just offensively and defensively how fearless she really is.
I mean, one of the things that we've noticed, Danielle, in the first 2 games that we've called here is it is a turf surface. And so sometimes the ball is going to be coming at you a little bit hotter. We saw it maybe affect Carolina a little bit yesterday, but it can go both ways. I mean, it's a beautiful surface, but at the same time, it's a little bit different than what you're accustomed to playing.
Especially when you're playing outfield, it's really being mindful of that hop and know that you're going to get that big bounce. So you're having to play that right. This is their home field, so they obviously know it well, but I love me a turf surface. I know that the mound is going to be reliable. There's going to be no dips or divots or anything.
1-2 is low, And on appeal, no swing. 2-2. And there is something to be said for that, but I'm sure if you're an outfielder, you realize, okay, it's going to be a little bit faster. Probably need to play a little bit farther back. And then if you're an infielder, maybe it's the same kind of thing as you try and anticipate the bounces. Outside to Atwood, and it's 3-2 now. Three and two here. Cascade trying to win the season series against Carolina. These two teams met in the first series of the year. And so far, each team has claimed 2 games apiece, and it's going to be a dogfight the rest of the way as these two teams are jockeying for that final playoff spot as it looks right now with the Cascade a game and a half ahead of the Blaze. The top 3 teams make the playoffs. The 2 and 3 seeds will play a 1-game playoff, and then for the championship, it'll be the winner of that against the #1 seed in a best of 3. Atwood rung up. She thought it was ball 4, but there you see Hoover.
Quick break from the action, guys. And to those of you who've already subscribed or clicked to like and follow us, we certainly thank you. And you probably already received your free gift, and you can skip ahead. But for those of you who have not yet clicked that subscribe or follow button, we would like to ask you to do that for us because it really helps the channel. And we really appreciate those who support us so that we can keep making great content and growing this channel. So stay until the end of this video where we'll say thank you for watching and supporting us, but we'll do it in a tangible way you can personally enjoy and one that really brings actual value to you by giving you your choice of one of these 21 great digital guides or manuals you see on the screen right now covering a wide array of useful subjects. And you'll even be able to read their table of contents before you decide. And that's how we know that each one of you will find something helpful and beneficial to your life's current journey or your future goals. They're valued between $19 and $27, but completely free. We'll see you at the end of the video and then provide you the simple steps to go get it and select yours. Now back to the action, folks.
Get the call. 2 outs.
Well, and you know Carly Hoover is loving it, just painting that outside corner. And listen, this is the one thing that you can at least say, coming from the college game into the pros, the strike zone is a little bit wider. You're going to get some more, and it's being able to learn that as a rookie to make that adjustment. We heard in our mic'd up situation yesterday with Kenley Cahalan make comment about just kind of the strike zone, and you have to figure it out because, listen, I can sit up here as a pitcher all day in the booth and say these hitters are damn good. You guys and the pop of the bat and the barrel, y'all can hit a ball off the plate, okay?
And that was literally the words of Cara Dell. She says, you guys are great hitters. You can cover a little bit more off the plate. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Klingler, and it's over the inside corner for a strike. Here's Cara Dill, head coach of the Carolina Blaze. They are headed to Texas tomorrow, where they will continue their road trip. Punch down the line, and that's going to lay in foul. If the Blaze win this game, that's going to get them back over the 500 mark, move them to 9-8, and back within a half game of Portland.
Well, and when you look at Portland and the big win yesterday, you look at the fact that they're home. I mean, 13 games on the road. Tonight's crowd is the 5th sellout in a row here for Portland, and there has been 10 AUSL sellouts on the season. I mean, this is just has to feel so good to be home. This weather in Portland makes such a difference. And then when you are cruising like Hoover.
I think we're really talented all around, offensively, defensively. Carlin's great. I think we have a lot of people who are underrated as well. Yes. But yeah, we know what we bring to the table, and it's cool to compete with everyone every day.
Bailey, I mean, you're playing so much softball, right? And you're just coming back from the Japan Diamond League a little bit ago. How do you, like, reset going right into an AUSL season? Is there something in your routine that you like to do to just kind of take a deep breath? And what do you like to do to give yourself that little bit of peace?
Yeah, for me, from Mexico to JD to America, I just try to compartmentalize every season. Came off of a championship in Mexico. My team in Japan's doing really well, and every game is different. You know, every pitch is different, and I think there's a luxury in playing all year, all season. I know that there's going to be highs and lows, but being able to have so many at-bats under my belt that I know that the game is the game and it ebbs and flows and it is what it is, and I don't have to stress because I know it always comes back. So that's a big luxury, and it's a privilege that I don't take lightly, being able to play year-round.
Bailey, what are going to maybe be some points of emphasis you think for your team going down the stretch here, because it's a very tight playoff race right now?
I don't know if y'all are talking. I can't hear.
All right, we'll see if we could get Bailey back in a moment. Sinicki is called out on strikes, and there's 2 gone.
Looking at how close, you know, this run is to try to be a part of that top 3, is there a point of emphasis? I know you guys dropped yesterday's, but just kind of what's the grind, the locker room talk to continue, you know, put it in the rear view and keep going?
Yeah, I think there's a lot that comes with being a pro. You know, we know we're all super talented. It's about kind of holding each other accountable too. It's not a secret that we didn't play our best softball yesterday all around, and I think everyone's professional enough to acknowledge it and move on. Like, we've all played long enough to know that things are going to happen, mistakes are going to happen. The better team is the one that adjusts quicker and bounces back faster. So that's what we're trying to do, just stay next pitch mentality and be where our feet are.
Bailey, we really appreciate the time. Thanks for wearing the microphone tonight, and best of luck. That's off the wall in left field by Corby Otis. The throw comes into second, and it is not in time. So Otis keeps on hitting. She's got a double. She scored the lone run earlier for Portland, and they've got a chance here with 2 outs.
You know what's crazy about Corby Otis, and I don't always look into this stuff, but the exit velo, to me, her first at bat, it was 83 miles an hour off the bat. This was an absolute laser to left, 79 miles an hour. It just gets off her bat so fast. And the way she looked at it, she thought potentially that was going to get out of here, but I mean, the power that she has, and then you have a Megan Grant coming up right after her. Oof.
Pulled to first. Klingler right there to make the play. So Otis with the double with 2 outs, but that goes by the boards for
Oregon. Portland supports women's sports. Pretty incredible. You cannot beat this weather.
Right back up the middle. Sinicki on the first, not in time. It was a very close play, and you wonder if maybe Portland is going to use a challenge here.
Yeah, and you see Mia Davidson right away and going over to the bench and tapping her helmet to Tariah Flowers. Sinicki gets rid of it quick. Oh, that was close. This might be the angle. Oh.
And they won't challenge.
Cascade is challenging the safety of first base.
No, we actually did not see a challenge yesterday. This is the first one, unless I completely spaced and forgot. I don't think we did, right?
We did not see a challenge. And we're going to get another look at this play once again. It is bang bang at first.
Oh man, and remember, there has to be enough to overturn the call. I don't know if there is. I don't know if there is.
I don't think it's going to be enough. Here's the call from Lyndon Baptiste.
After review, the call reveal stands. The runner is safe. That's the Cascade's first challenge. They have 1 remaining.
Now you get 2 challenges, and the way that it works is no matter if you're successful or unsuccessful, you only get the 2 challenges. And so I think not a bad played a challenge there if you're Tariah Flowers, but nothing quite conclusive enough.
Well, and it was so bang, bang, right? Like, I think that's something to make note of. Like, these umpires are trying to make these split calls. Like, I was having a tough time on the slow-mo trying to figure out if the foot was in before the ball. So at times, umpires are doing the best that they can in those close calls, and Lyndon Baptiste at first made the right one.
He is one of the best in the business. He umpires in the SEC, the ACC. A lot of times in a college series, he's the guy that will do the plate in the third game of a series because that's usually the deciding one. And then I was reading a story about him earlier today where he at one point reffed an NFL game when they were using replacement officials. I guess cool in one sense, but man, that has got to be tough. Outside to Alyssa Brito, so she's in the driver's seat here on 3-1. Three and one against Brito. He said has heated up in her last 5 games. And that is a called strike. A little bit of a delayed call, but we have seen that pitch called a strike in this game before. Yeah, exactly right.
Just painting corners, and Brito thought it was ball 4, and on the flip side, Carly Hoover knows I've been getting that pitch.
Fouled off down the line by Brito.
And what I feel like I've seen Carly Hoover do a good job of is she's definitely getting to 2 strikes. She is establishing the in, but she's been able to own the outside part of the plate to those righties. I mean, we've seen a good chunk of strikeouts, a couple backwards Ks, but then just painting corners on the outer half, 70 plus, making it filthy on those right-handed hitters.
Another full count pitch coming to Brito. The runner over at first, and she'll foul it off to the right side. 67 pitches now thrown by Carly Hoover, but a lot of the hard work came in the first inning when she was close to 30 pitches. Easier second, and then also a bit of an easier third where she picked up a couple of strikeouts. She's got 5 of those on the game today. So let's try it again on 3-2. And this time a swing and a miss. Brito goes down on strikes for the first out of the 4th.
Well, these righties just struggling with this pitch that almost kind of like cuts away, has some extra wiggle, and you love to see it. You love the performance the rookie had last night in Kenzie Brown, 9 strikeouts, that complete game, and then you love seeing Carly Hoover and the way that she's been able to throw. And I remember being at the draft and looking at this, you know, I'm sitting there with Amanda Scarborough and Chucky Kemp, and we're just seeing it all come to light. And like, man, Jamie Loprice, the GM, she is putting together quite a squad. And it started with pitching. Like, it really, like, she was able to have the Carly Hoover, the Kelly Maxwell, the Sam Landry, the rookie Kenzie Brown, the Peyton Gottschall. Like, if you have pitching, you can put yourself in a position to be successful. But to me, the biggest difference in this league this year has been the pitchers being able to go the distance and go a full complete 7 innings. And that goes to show that we're getting back. I feel like in the college game, it's a little bit more of an offensive mindset, but you're seeing the pitchers dominate.
Now there she gets on a gold, and that's another fast strikeout picked up by Carly Hoover.
No chance. So good.
And the other thing that Jamie Loprice was saying is when you looked at the draft this year, it was just so full of pitching. And I think we kind of know it at any level. It doesn't matter. if you can't pitch, you're going to have a very hard time hoisting the trophy at the very end.
Well, I mean, you can look at the talents, right? And you look at what makes them stand out. Obviously, they're doing all facets of the game well, but it's the consistency that they bring in the circle. They have Montana Fouts. They have Georgina Korick. They have Megan Framo. And you bring in Taylor Tinsley. They were GM, Luis Fernandez, able to get her in the draft. But it always starts with pitching. I mean, Montana Fouts this year with Utah has been incredible. And to me, this is a league that has been so needed in the sense of being able to play elite level competition and get yourself ready for an Olympic Games. 2028 is going to be here before you know it up in this league. And if you want to put yourself in the best position to be successful and make that roster, you got to play the best. And that's what you're seeing here in AUSL.
Half swing foul by Laird, 1-2. And you're starting to see, as you talk about those complete games, more and more of them. I think it's just cool when you see a pitcher go the distance. And last night we saw both pitchers throw the entire game. The Talons, as you mentioned, with Montana Fouts, 10 for them. And then the Cascade right behind with their 7. Another one from Kenzie Brown a night ago.
29 complete games by these pitchers. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 8 total last year from the beginning of the season to the end. So it's just kind of going to show getting a little bit better this year and finding ways to dominate. And maybe I'm biased, the pitcher up here in the booth, but love to see it.
Well, that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Loved her run at Michigan. I remember the national championship where she was going up against her sister, Sydney Romero, at Oklahoma, and parents in the stands with the split jerseys of both sisters to the longtime pro that she's been. Listen, watching her grind over the last couple of years really has been incredible. She's gotten together with Skylar Wallace. They both live down in Florida, and they work out with this guy that I only know him from Instagram. I've never met him in person, but Summer Method is his name, and she loves to showcase and just show the hard work of what it's like to be a pro. And I don't know, I've admired it. I show my girls, because at the end of the day, that's the stuff that matters. How hard you're willing to work in the off season puts you in a position to be successful, and the lights are on here.
And then she's also helped inspire her brother, who is also a professional player in the baseball space. And Savannah Collins, you've covered Sierra Romero for a really long time. Do you have any favorite memories of her?
Oh, I will never forget my very first job out of college, so I am fresh and green working in pro softball for the first time 8 years ago. Sierra was the franchise player on the USSSA Pride in the National Pros Fast Pitch League, and she was the most intimidating athlete I had ever come across. Romo, her nickname, that she would hit ROM bombs, wore the glasses and the eye black, but then once you get to know Sierra, you find out that she is so open to sharing her knowledge and bringing people along with how smart and studious she is in this game. She's been so gracious to me back then and has been this awesome peer throughout the game. But if you want to understand softball and learn and get better, Sierra Romero is a wealth of knowledge, and happy to share it.
That's tapped out to second base. Laird makes the play. And so after Hoover gets 3 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, and a flyout by Ocasio, and we remain tied at 1 here in Portland.
Check. Sky's okay?
I think so.
Okay.
I would have been on the corner had it been a little lower.
Thank you. There you go. Hey, that's a good pitch. I like that pitch. Yeah! There you go. We have 2.
Yeah, that's Mia Davidson right there behind the plate tonight. I mean, as a former pitcher yourself, you've got to like that when you know your catcher's working hard back there for you, trying to buy you a pitch maybe here and there. And Mia Davidson playing with some great energy there behind Carly Hoover.
Yeah, that's a game changer. Those are things that get you going as a pitcher when you are just out there one pitch at a time getting after it. And when you see someone working so hard for you, having constant conversations with the umpire to try to get you pitches, understand why it's missing, where it needs to be. Those are the little things that give you confidence to go deep into a game in the circle.
And it's a role that has so many pieces to it. You know, you're part cheerleader, you're part psychiatrist sometimes, trying to diagnose all the different personalities that you're working with. And then on top of that, you got to go out there and hit and try and produce some offensively, which, of course, you know, Mia Davidson can do. As that pitch misses, 1-1. Pitch is outside. 2-1. As this is Rudd Lee who is up at the plate. She started off her season with the Texas Volts. She will be up here, and then you got Leach and Kennedy scheduled to hit right after. And so she's in a good spot. 3-1 the count.
Working it too. Being able to battle, get to a 3-1 count here, knowing that Carly Hoover's probably going to bring something in and around the plate. But I like this change, bringing her in to have an at-bat.
And misses outside there. 5-pitch free pass. Go-ahead run is on base for Carolina. And on top of that, they've got the top part of the lineup coming up.
When you just saw the dugout, all hands were up for the Blaze, going crazy, knowing that walk was clutch.
Let's send it down to Savannah.
Well, we got to hear Mia talking to Carly about the strike zone. You know what else I've heard talking to her about it is actually Corby Otis. After that first inning where Carly gave up the run and then Corby was the run that scored to tie things up, she came into the dugout to me and Carly and said, hey, here's what I'm seeing and what I'm getting as a hitter. So it's so interesting to hear that that communication is coming from hitters too to try and help Hoover out.
Gets the out at second base as it comes right back to the circle. So nice job by Hoover to field her position. Anytime you get that extra little bit of knowledge, that little extra edge, that's what you're looking for, especially when it's a 1-1 game.
Always passing around information. The things that are going to help you out there in the circle is huge. And this is a Portland Cascade team that, if I've heard anything, I've heard that they are close-knit, they vibe well together, the team chemistry is on point. And those are all little things that can make the big difference going down the home stretch.
And we heard it yesterday. Tariah Flowers was talking about it. The chemistry was built really starting back in spring training down in Florida, and it didn't take much time as runners going to second, and now the throw gets away. What a great play by Aubrey Leach. She makes it all the way to third. Well, trying a little razzle-dazzle, and now she's right on the doorstep.
Such a pro, Aubrey Leach, just creates such havoc. And you just look at where Carly Hoover is. She's not in the circle. And since she's outside that circle, it's fair game. And you see that, and she takes the extra base, and now is that go-ahead run on first, or excuse me, on third. It just goes to show just the vet that Aubrey Leach is. One of the things that is definitely highlighted is the threat that she is on the base pass, and that's a pure example.
Yeah, very smart, very cerebral player. He's been getting on base a lot this year. And you know what? It might be the play that decides a game like this. 1-1. We had a low-scoring game yesterday. 4-2. It was all about pitching then, and it has been all about pitching today. You see it. 15 out of 17 games. Leach has reached. Right back up the middle. Sinicki looks the runner back, throws to first, gets the out, coming home, safe! Mia Davidson saying, challenge again. Remember, Cascade, they've got one left, but right now, it is a Carolina lead.
You see Mia Davidson had gone instantly to go and check, and Tariah Flowers, the head coach, said 100%.
The Cascade is challenging a safe call at home.
You look
The play's under further review.
You look at the defense. Sinicki is in, gets that out, the quick throw home. Ooh, it's close. Does the hand get in?
And is there an angle that is going to show it a little clearer? This might be the best one.
I think it's going to stand.
I agree. So 2 challenges now used by the Cascade. This is a time when you use it, because Carolina getting the run across, and we're about to get the call from Lyndon Baptiste. Meanwhile, everyone anxiously awaiting if Leach's base running maneuver is going to stand and be the reason why Carolina's got the lead. Here's the ruling.
After review, the call on the field has been changed to an out. As the Cascade second.
Let's go to replay review on this, because I think I got that tag in. It got overturned, and here she is.
You've seen her do it both times. She wanted a challenge and a play at first base earlier on. That one did not get overturned, but on review, after looking at all the different angles, after Aubrey Leach took off with Hoover outside the circle, advanced to third on a bad throw, she's out of the play. Davidson to center field, and the catch is made there by Mackenzie Clark. One away.
Kaylani Ricketts is kind of in that solid number 2, I would say, on this Blaze team. You look at Pickens, and she's kind of been that ace. Got some big starts.
And that is down the line by Sacco Ferry. She's going to take a big turn, but she will hold on at first base. So now it is Portland's turn to put the go-ahead run on base.
But a nice job just taking it right down that third baseline, just past Anna Gold, whose cat-like reflexes at third, just not able to get that. And action on the base pass here.
Strike 1 is thrown into Vidalis, who flied out to left field her first time up. Ricketts delivers a strike, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Another veteran, somebody who's done it a really long time, who's done it really well. She's coming a lot this year in relief as it goes back to the circle. Ricketts gets the force out at second base as Sacco Ferry is taken off the base paths, and now she's got 2 down.
I mean, PFPs, these pitchers are putting on a clinic. From yesterday's performances that we saw in the circle to the carryover today, and how they're being able to field their position, it's been cool to watch.
It may not be everybody's favorite drill to do, but it is one that it could very well decide a game. Sinicki floats it out, shallow right, and what a great play made there by Laird, and that was a beauty. Sinicki coming back from stage 2 breast cancer, thought she might have her first hit back, but not here.
Better and better, and fight for them to try to get back that gold medal. I mean, Japan has owned them the last couple Olympics. They 08 and 2020, 2021, back-to-back gold, and you know the U.S. is fighting hard.
I mean, you think about it, iron sharpens iron, so it might be the kind of competition here in the AUSL that's going to be the reason why they get that gold medal back. It'll be Atwood to start things off here in the 6th. Hoover is still in there and misses for ball 1. She was really good last time against Oklahoma City in the circle on Sunday, and she has come on out. She's been great. Season high 8 strikeouts in the game, and at one point she struck out 5 hitters in the span of 6 batters.
And I feel like the first couple innings we saw her throw a lot of pitches. Like, I want to say she was right around the 60 mark, 55, 60 in the 3rd. So it just goes to show how efficient that she has been able to be in the 4th and the 5th, and now heading into the 6th. has really kind of settled in nicely, has been money with hitting good spots. The confidence is there, the connection with her teammates.
Atwood pops it up behind first. Sinicki's going to take charge, and she makes the catch. Weekdays on CBS Sports Network, the CBS Sports HQ Spotlight crew keeps you up to date on all of the top stories with in-depth analysis. Jeff Arnold alongside Daniel Laurie and Savannah Collins with you on another beautiful night for softball here in Oregon. Carolina and Portland playing the final game in their season head-to-head. Right now, the Cascade are just a little bit in front in the AUSL standings, but Carolina's got time. They're challenging them, and it's been a game where both runs have come all the way back in the first. Klingler takes outside, so she jumps ahead in the count, 2-0.
We've just seen just absolute dogs in the circle the last couple days here in Portland. Portland Cascade finally home after 13 games on the road. The 5th home game, the 5th sellout for this crowd.
And Taraya Flowers was saying it yesterday. It feels nice that you can finally just unpack and realize you're not going anywhere for a little while.
Yeah, and settle into a different routine.
That's one thing when you're going here and there and everywhere, and now the Cascade don't have to worry about that. Ball 4. Bailey Klingler, she is on base. So many times in this game you have seen potential for more runs scored, and then both pitchers have shut the door.
And that's really what it comes down to, right? You're going to see some hitters find ways after their first ups to make an adjustment the second time that they see you, and it's pitchers' jobs to find ways to kind of deal with that, grind with that. We've seen Valerie Cagle with back-to-back base hits she's had in this game.
Right back to the circle. Hoover knocks it down, gets the out at first base. So Cagle retired. Klingler at second base, and now the Blaze, the best team in the AUSL, hitting with runners in scoring position. Going to see what they can do. Now this year, it's been amazing just how many games this year in the AUSL have been airtight. We got this note from Eric Rue, who does such a great job with stats and information with the AUSL. 21 of 52 games this year in the league have been decided by 2 runs or less, and then 15 decided by 1 run.
One of my favorite things about Eric Rue, which I actually haven't got to check it today, is that every day he'll send an email of like, it's a national whatever day. And today I'm actually not sure what it is, but I'll be darned. I look forward to those emails daily. It's a national day of something. Eric Rue will let you know with all the nuggets and all the things. He's one of the best.
He absolutely. National Raspberry Day.
There it is.
We've just had a ballpark proposal between innings. We've got a 1-1 game, and on top of that, Carlin Pickens is coming in the game after she threw a complete game yesterday.
I love it. They're pitching by committee and using all arms, making it tough. I mean, to go from a Kaylani Ricketts to some straight cheddar, I like this move. You're back up at the top of the lineup with Colby Otis,
who's been seeing it as well as anybody right now in this Portland lineup. Now, we got word that Pickens would be available today before the game from her head coach, Kara Dill. How much of an adjustment, Danielle, is it going from Ricketts and now you're just seeing straight smoke? Gold gets the out at first base.
Yeah, it's tough. It's different having to face that type of velo, and then she gets you with the off speed. I mean, that was her changeup at 67 miles an hour. Yesterday, she was moving the ball all around the zone. You kind of felt the velo from up here in the booth. Portland Cascade able to come out on top, but we'll let you know with like all the nuggets and all the things. He's one of the best. He was phenomenal yesterday.
I mean, these have been two of the best games I've broadcast all year. Just how competitive, how great the pitching has been, as you've talked about, Danielle, in the circle. And it gets you excited. You're going to your best in a tight game. And Pickens going to try and keep this right where it is. And now it's Megan Grant who she's facing.
Well, and that's why, I mean, these matchups excite me. Like, we were driving to this series, and my littlest daughter's like, Carlin Pickens isn't going to throw to Megan Grant, right? She is the furthest home run ever recorded in AUSL off of her. And I was like, oh no, she's going right at her, honey. When you throw 75, you don't fear throwing to anybody.
3-1. And Grant lays off ball 4, no swing. So she is on base, and you know, you talk about that long home run that Megan Grant hit, 313-foot bomb, and here is a breakdown of it as this one traveled a very long way. Fortunately, no windows were broken.
No, but do you know what I learned from this? I'm not going to go in. Right, like you saw that pitch on the inner half to a Megan Grant, and since then, in yesterday's game, rolling over to today, you haven't seen Carlin Pickens go inside. And it's when I throw that hard and I have the command of my off speed. I mean, we saw Megan Grant strike out twice yesterday on off speed pitches, right? She's trying to decipher the difference between Pickens hard to soft, and she's able to trust her stuff and live away, but she's able to work the walk here in the bottom of the 6th, and that's big. And if you're the Portland Cascade, you want to try to find a way to take advantage.
I mean, when it comes to pitching into Megan Grant, it's the old saying, if you're going to go for the king, you better not miss.
You better not miss.
1-2 against Cahalan, with Grant over at first base in another tight game in the AUSL. Fouled straight back, but Cahalan was right on that. 76 from Pickens.
It's like equivalent to like 108, 109 miles per hour. If you think about it from the baseball reference, like that is absolute cheddar.
2-2. And then you also have to factor, and you went into this yesterday, just how far down the circle Pickens gets because of her height.
7-foot stride with, 0.35 reaction time to make a decision.
Right back to Pickens. Throws to second for the out. She was waiting for Brito to get there, and so not able to turn 2, and they're now 2 outs. Well, it'll be on Sydney Stewart here with 2 outs against Pickens. She's gone 0 for 2 today. That's a strike. The other thing we heard about Carlin Pickens is, she yesterday threw a complete game, 118 pitches, but she's one of those arms that the more she pitches, the better she is. And she is one that loves to be out there, and especially in a game like this, with how much this game means to both teams. 1-2, and for Carlin Pickens, her and Reese Atwood, it's going to be really up to them, I think, for AUSL Rookie of the Year. But among pitchers, wins, ERA, innings pitched, strikeouts to second base, little bobble, but they still get the out as Cahalan is retired by just a step. A little stumble there, but they still get the runner at second base, and we for a go-ahead run. Both runs in this game scored in the first inning. There have been chances for both teams, but again, the great pitching in the circle has prevailed, and so a 1-1 affair. Carly Hoover, who went the distance last time against Oklahoma City, is coming back out. She's facing Anna Gold, and that one is up and away for ball 1. And Anna Gold wondering, can I maybe hit another one just like yesterday, where I get that right carom off the fence and pick up an inside the park home run? Hit out to shortstop. Cahalan, and the throw brings Stewart off the bag. Now she is rock solid over at shortstop, but sailed the throw.
This is definitely uncharacteristic. On a goal, a lot of speed, so putting that pressure on, but Cahalan had a whole lot of time. And Sid Stewart tall over there at first base, over 6 foot. And
it's one of the toughest things about playing first base. You want to start with both of your heels on the bag and deciding just the right time to stride. And you know, one that was a tough adjustment, but all game long, whenever Carly Hoover has been in a spot like this, she's had an answer. As here's Laird up at the plate. And that this is Devin Netz, I beg your pardon. She is up here, and she'll take for ball 1.
Well, and if you're the Carolina Blaze, I mean, your sole focus is this inning. We have to find a way. The 7th inning is the 100th pitch, by Carly Hoover, and now is the time. And got that runner on first. With that error, you want to find a way. If someone gives you an inch, you want to take a mile with something like that.
The other thing that's helping Hoover, and it works to Pickens' advantage too, is the shadows across home plate right now. Where you are, doesn't matter which side you're on, you are still seeing some serious heat, and your reaction time is probably not as good. Three 3-0 against Nets. Let's see if she swings away, if she gets something she likes. That's a good pitch over the corner, 3-1.
Well, and we've seen action down in the bullpen for the Portland Cascade. That's how Kelly Maxwell, Sam Landry's throwing, Peyton Gottschall, everyone's up. I kind of feel like this is Carly Hoover's game, and you can sense the frustration a little bit, getting squeezed on some pitches that she was maybe getting previously and not getting in that at bat. But you see Landry and Peyton Gottschall getting warm.
Which is right now 2 on base, nobody out. Do you think maybe this is the last hitter that she faces just because you're about to turn that card over again?
I mean,
strike
potentially. If she gets a strikeout, I'm not opposed to keeping her in it. But I mean, obviously, I feel like this inning's a little different if you get the first out, right? Like that little error, and then kind of the next thing happens with that walk. So it's just being able to go out, settle her down just a little bit.
Now you've got Hoover along with Mia Davidson and Laura Heberling, who works with the pitchers for the Cascade, out. And yeah, this is where if you're a pitcher and you're going to make the change, you empty the tank and you give it everything you've got, with Leach on deck. And one of the best chance that we have seen in a long time for either one of these teams, with Carolina getting the first 2 runners on.
Well, this one, you just kind of grit your teeth and get after it. So what? An error, so what? Walked her. Let's go attack. She's been throwing so good that those are the moments of confidence. I wouldn't be surprised if you see potentially, I was going to say a bunt, but this is good enough to move them.
Tapped up the line by Rudley. Not going to throw. It works as a swinging bunt, and now the bases are loaded. And there's still nobody out.
I mean, she couldn't do that again if she tried. And you could see where Megan Grant was playing. She was respecting that there was power there, no doubt about it, but also knowing that she might be able to drop that bunt. You see Portland Cascade, a little bit of a pickle.
So it's gone air walk, and now infield single as Leach will take a strike. 0-1. I mean, I'm sure you've been in this spot, as good of a career as you have. What does this feel like? Bases loaded, nobody out this juncture of the game.
Man, it maybe feels a little different if you don't have Aubrey Leach, the vet, in this situation, right? Like that to me is what makes this a little bit more challenging, is just how good she is, the ABs she's able to produce, the experience that she has is so good in that leadoff spot. To me, she's a top candidate to be able to make a Team USA with just her bat-to-ball skill, her knowledge, the softball IQ.
Gets a piece of it. Fouled off 1 and 2. Bases loaded here. They've got an error, as we said, a walk, a single, and now the top of the card. It doesn't get any better than this if you're the Blaze. The 1-2. And Hoover misses outside, 2 and 2. Showed you earlier, Leach, she's been on base in 15 out of the 17 games that she has played. Leads the Blaze with 13 runs scored, and those are the numbers for Carolina with the bases loaded, and they're good. Outside, she did not go, according to third base umpire Scott Mayer. You be the judge.
I'd say she held it.
I agree. Well, nowhere to go for Aubrey Leach. Here's the payoff pitch. Out to first base, coming home. There's one. And so they get the out at the plate. One away, but still work to be done.
And that's a good hold at first base or at home, excuse me, to not try to make that throw over to first. I think it was going to be close. The speed of Aubrey Leach up the line.
So there's one out. Nets at third, Rudley at second, Leach at first, and here's Kennedy. Takes outside, ball 1. If you can say something for Dakota Kennedy, is that she is due just 1 for her last 18 up at the plate.
It's a
1-1.
pitch. Good pitch.
You've gone into Hoover's career, the time she spent in Japan, just how battle-tested she is. And the crowd also giving her some support. Another sellout tonight here in Portland. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Hoover rocks and delivers.
Good pitch. That's what I'm talking about.
You love how she's worked both sides of the plate tonight.
I do, and I think that pitch now opens up something hard on the outside part of the plate. Everything is about setting up that next pitch, and establishing the in is huge.
Kennedy shortens up and fouls it away.
I don't think you could say enough, too, about Dakota Kennedy in that 2 spot, coming from Arkansas, the year that she's been able to have, and it comes down to situational hitting at this point. You look at the Blaze, 2 for 16, 2 for 7, the runners in scoring position, 1 for 6 with 2 outs, and an opportunity here with bases loaded, none out. We'll see what they could do.
Yeah, and especially when you see that with runners on, 2 for 16. That's the number that really stands out. And hard to advance runners in this game. And a swing and a miss as Kennedy goes down. And Hoover getting nasty here. There's 2 outs.
Take note of the location of this pitch. Look where it's at. It absolutely falls off the table. 70 miles an hour. She worked both corners so well, established in when she needed to, and comes right back down and in and makes it such a crisp pitch you cannot lay off.
So here's Reese Atwood. Takes for ball 1.
Well, if you're Reese Atwood too, you're remembering your at bat with that backwards K and that outside strike zone, knowing that Carly Hoover was able to get that pitch away. You just want to make sure you can cover both sides well. Because if I'm Hoover, I'm going to go back. There's 2 outs. I'm going to work that outside corner. I'm going to force you to have to swing at it, but she quickly falls behind 2-0.
I mean, Hoover there was saying that's a strike, and she has gotten that call at times in this game. Now facing Atwood, who accounts for about 25% of Carolina's RBIs this year, and it's now 2-1.
I mean, there's no chance on that pitch, right? Like, that is 69 miles an hour. That is a couple balls off the plate. I love the intention behind the hack, though. Knowing 2-0, you're most likely going to get something you could do some damage with.
Into center field. Catch made. Crisis averted as Falby squeezes and Hoover, despite loading them up with nobody else. And that's some serious pitching by Carly Hoover.
I mean, bases loaded, none out.
None out.
So good. That's what it's all about. Those big time moments, you're pitching at home, your home crowd. There is a difference between being able to be at home, and that to me I think has been the coolest thing about AUSL this year is those teams can go home, own beds, own crowds, all the feels. I mean, everything is just so much bigger this year, from jersey sales to sellout crowds, all the things.
I mean, the attendance has been in an incredible spot. The number of people tuning in every night to the AUSL. And you know why? Because at games like this.
For real.
Carlin Pickens in her second inning of relief delivers to Falby, who fouls it away, and it's 2-2. Falby made the squeeze on the final out of the top half of the 7th inning. Will we be going extras tonight? Portland has not played an extra inning game yet this year. Carolina is 1-1 should we get there. Slapped up the middle. Play made by Laird, and there's one away.
Now batting number 77, Davidson.
So I think the question kind of becomes for the Cascade. I think this is a spot where you look to see if you can answer it. You have Megan Grant at the top, but who's going to step up next? Ball one. And Corby Otis, she's a little ways away in the lineup. Mia Davidson, maybe has gotten off to a slower start this season, but we all know about the power she has.
Well, we saw her have that big home run in that Oklahoma Spark game. That was kind of her first one of the year, which really ignited that offense and continued to keep them rolling.
Bounces this one foul. Davidson, you know that she can hit the long ball. She had 92 home runs when she was a college player at Mississippi State. And the thing is that Carlin Pickens is going to supply all the velocity for you. Check swing foul, but thing is, you've got to be able to be ready to hit because it is on you so quickly.
That last pitch, 76 miles an hour up and in.
Pickens, who had a CG yesterday.
Dirty.
Foul tip, strike three.
See, I mean, that last pitch, 65 miles an hour is her changeup, right? But it was the 76 mile an hour pitch up and in, absolute heat on the hands, makes you uncomfortable to then change your speeds to where it almost feels like, oh man, it looks so sweet, and you swing at it and you're like, dang it. It's one of the best changeups in the game when she is on with it.
Brito, tough play, safe. Now Carolina, they have challenges at their disposal. Let's see if they want to use one here. After the throw came in, Bailey Klingler was saying, we'd like a review. And it appears that we are going to have one. See if Pickens and Carolina can get this call overturned.
The Blaze is challenging a safe call at first base. That calls under further review.
I think she's safe.
I agree. Seems like she came down on the orange bag. Yep, safe. But you understand it. One you have to take a shot on. So again, we will go to the videotape, or we'll just look at the video. You don't actually pop in a videotape anymore.
Those were the good days, Jeff. I don't
Yes,
know what
they
you're
were.
talking about.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. That's the play's first challenge. They have one remaining.
Yeah, and you take a shot. But yeah, I still have some of those VHS tapes at home. Haven't watched any of them in a long time, but still have them.
I think there's something to like get them on like a disc drive or something if you need some. Remember those old school videos? And man, those are the good old days.
Well, you might want to taper this one as well as it's been played. Swing and a miss. Runner takes off, throw down to second, tries the swim move, but Sacco Ferry is out. What a great throw by Atwood, trying to push the envelope again. Carly Hoover, she's got the 10, which is a career high for her in the AUSL. And in the 2 nights, Danielle, we have been here. My math skills aren't great, but I can add and subtract at least at an elementary level. We've seen 31 combined strikeouts in these 2 days.
Let's go.
It's Reese Atwood who is the runner at second base as the tiebreaker starts here in the top half of the 8th inning, and Hoover at 121 pitches continues to deal. Klingler swings and misses. We gave you the numbers for extra innings. Carolina has gone 1-1 in extra inning games this year. Portland has yet to play one.
Oof, that's good to test it out. I mean, you think you go late into a season, at times games could be a little bit closer. You like to see how you play under pressure.
And I think it's a good thing for Portland that they find themselves in a spot like this, because the way that they play, they don't want high-scoring games. They want low-scoring games, and got a lot of season left, and they very well might find themselves here again.
Well, they want to score a lot of runs to make it high-scoring games, but these last 2 days have been pretty incredible, seeing these pitchers work. A couple rookies squaring off yesterday. Vet and Carly Hoover. And to me, I called her a dark horse going into this year. She was the #1 draft in AUSL last year. She was lights out and ended up getting hurt, not pitching a whole lot last year at all, which was tough. And then you're seeing what she's able to do today and realize how important she is.
Chopped up the middle. This is going to get into center. Atwood's coming home. Here's a throw to the plate. On the money. Out! Follow me. What a throw from center field. A cannon, and she threw it like a...
I mean, she's born for this. It's a good piece of hitting right back up the middle, and you see where she fields it. She's almost right by second base. Just an absolute laser. Mia Davidson in the right position. Tag on the money, all the things. This is clutch.
Push the envelope again. That is straight out of an instructional video, honestly, with the way that she did that, having her momentum, carrying her home, and all you have to do if you're Davidson, just catch the ball, put the tag down.
Almost too easy.
Ball one into Valerie Cagle. Both runs in this game coming all the way back in the first inning. 9 combined hits, 5 for Carolina, and then 4 for Portland. 1-1. And then Carly Hoover, 8 seasons in the Japan Diamond League. She's a strikeout pitcher, and the big spot for her came in the 7th with bases loaded and nobody out, and she escaped. 2-1. Hoover, 4 years at LSU after she had her freshman year at Stanford. Retired after an incredible collegiate career where she had a 1.73 ERA, and it's now 2-2. 2-time All-American. Comes from great athletic family. Her mom was a head volleyball coach at Clemson and a setter on the USA national team. And she gets another strikeout. She adds to her career high total with 11.
Number 33,
So 2 outs in the inning. When Portland comes up in the bottom half of the 8th inning, it'll be 8-9-1, and then Megan Grant right after that. Strike 1.
On just some of these swings and misses, it goes to show like the velo is getting on him. Still pumping 69, 70, 130 pitches in. An absolute workhorse.
I mean, you consider the size, the strength, the experience, pitching in all kinds of games like this, knowing how to sustain your velocity, even at 131 pitches deep. The 0-2 coming. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Brito, who's looking for her first hit of the night. Twice she has been a strikeout victim against Hoover. Flared, shallow right. Sinicki takes care of it. And after the great throw home by Kendra Falvey, it's some more great pitching by Hoover. We remain tied at 1. Going to be Otis. Only runs scored in this game. Outside of that, it has been a pitching duel. Just 6 hits combined the rest of the game after we saw 3 between the 2 sides in that first inning. So now it goes to Carlin Pickens, who's going to try and force a 9th inning. It goes 8-9-1 here, with Otis being the 1, and then Megan Grant is right after that. That is something important to keep in mind. And a reminder, in case you're wondering, there are no extra challenges in extra innings should there be a very close play and should the Cascade walk it off. Well, if you can say this for Tori Vidalis, it's that she is due. She is due. Vidalis won for her last 24 at the plate. They've slid her down in the order a little bit, trying to take some of the pressure off. And it's Sacco Ferry who's going to be running at second base. Start things off here in the bottom of the 8th as Carlin Pickens gets ready to deal. Maybe she pitched a complete game yesterday, but based on how Pickens has thrown so far, you'd never know it. And she starts Vidalis with ball 1. First extra inning game for Portland this year. Chopper to third. Gold looks the runner back. Airmails the throw. It goes into foul territory. Here comes the wave around for Sacco Ferry, and it's a walk-off for Portland. Portland keeps it rolling. They win it tonight at home in front of this huge crowd.
Wow. I think you really, you got to talk about Carly Hoover. You have to talk about the performance that she was able to have today. 10 strikeouts, gutsy performance, bases loaded, none outs. And
all right, guys, thank you so much again for watching and supporting the channel. For those subscribers who have already seen and made the move to receive your free gift for liking and subscribing to support our channel, feel free to click to skip and begin watching the next great video. And so to get the free gift that we mentioned it to you, which is your selection of one of these 21 fantastic digital guides or manuals shown on the screen. And I have personally reviewed several of them just to get an idea of whether they are quality or just fluff. And I tell you guys, they really have gone the distance and made each of them relevant, useful, valuable information on all these different subjects, and some of them are nearly 35 pages long and packed with truths, proven, tested techniques, and advice. And you will see for yourself that $19 to $27 really is a fair value range for the one you will select for free. And And so we need you to simply follow these simple steps. Click the like button on this video. If you haven't already done so, make sure the subscribe or follow button is clicked now, or some of you clicked it earlier. That's fine. And then in the comments section, simply type the word GIFT, 4 letters, G-I-F-T. And once you've done that, you can click the link in the bio or description, or you can type the link and go to gift.3z3.me. Oh, that's G-I-F-T dot, the number 3, the letter Z, and the number 3.me. That's gift.3z3.me. And this free gift is being provided today by the sponsor of this video, AIContentCreator.app. And if you click on the link, you'll be taken to the site. And there will be a blue button that is highlighted there for you. And the way it works is very simple. They support our channel and provide for you this free gift when you like, subscribe, or follow and type GIFT in the comments, which helps our channel with the algorithms. And then their hope is that you will see something you like, or you will fall in love with any of their products and services that you see there. And also because they're having a super 80% off promotion right now. Again, no purchase required and no hoops to jump through. Their AI bot will simply verify that you actually did perform the like, the subscribe, or follow to our channel, and that you type the word GIFT in the comments. And if you like anything you see there, they will in turn provide a small commission to us to help support our channel. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you at another video on our channel. And always remember, whether it's a basketball game that's tight until the end, a great tennis match comeback, an overtime win, or exciting ending in football, a boxing match against all odds, a track runner who fell but never gave up to get the win, an amazing goal kick in soccer, just know and rest assured that we keep a sharp eye focused on finding for you only the sports highlights that are competitions, games, or battles among the best of the day, week, or beyond. So, if you find it on our channel, you know it's HWW approved, because you can be sure that it's a highlight worth watching. See you next time, and God bless.